strength, and deep-rooted heritage. A nation of over 200 million voices, cultures, and dreams united under one flag. Contrary to what the world might often hear, Nigeria is not a land known for war and violence. Nigeria is known for its resilience. Its people rises every day, not to fight battles of war, but battles of survival, of resilience, and of growth and progress. From Hausa, Yoruba, Igbo, Kanuri, TV, Efik, and over 300 ethnic groups, Nigerians' diversity is its strength. In every language spoken, every dance performed, and every drum beat echoed, there is pride, peace, and identity.
Peace isn't just the absence of war. Peace is the presence of hope. In every corner of Nigeria, hope is alive. Hope in education, hope in innovation, and hope in next generation. I believe in Nigeria because I see changes every day. We don't wait for peace, we build peace. We have seen hard times, but we still stand as one. Yes, Nigeria faces challenges, economically, politically, and socially. But even in the storm, Nigeria's spirit remains unbroken. Where others see conflict, we see a call to rise.
We are more than headlines. We are a nation of believers in peace, in unity, and in tomorrow. This is Nigeria. This is our story. And from Sun TV, let the world hear it from us.
Good evening and welcome to News Hours on Sun TV. I am Herbert Naftali Bello with the news. Here we bring to you latest headlines shaping Nigeria and the world, from breaking news and politics to sports and entertainment. Let's get started. Here are the major headlines. The Supreme Court affirms President's power to declare state of emergency to suspend elected officials. Donald Trump threatened brutal retaliation against ISIS following slaughter of U.S. soldier. Car imports in Nigeria rebounds hit 1 trillion in 9 months 2025. And entertainment news, Smoke 27th year stated at 13, says Tonto DK. Lobbyista suspend technical advisor about poor performances. Now the news in full. The Supreme Court of Nigeria has affirmed that President has the constitutional authority to declare the state of emergency in any state to prevent a breakdown of law and order or slide into chaos. In a majority decision, 6-1, the court also held that the President has suspended elected officials in a state during such an emergency, but only for a limited duration. The judgment came from a filed suit against the Attorney General of several states governed by People's Democratic Party, PDP. They had challenged the legality of the declaration of state of emergency in Rivers State by President Bola Tinubu, during which the governor, state governors, deputy governor, and legislator were suspended for 6 months. The plaintiff argued that the president did not have the power to suspend democratically elected officials and that the procedure used violated the 1999 Constitution. The court struck out the suit for lack of jurisdiction, but still proceeded to address the dismiss of substantive constitutional issue, affirming the president's emergency powers. One justice dissented, saying that the president cannot suspend elected state officials even during an emergency. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu convened a closed-door meeting with Nigeria's service chiefs and head of key security agencies at the presidential villa in Abuja. The meeting took place shortly after Tinubu nominated retired General Christopher Musa as the new Minister of Defense following the resignation of the previous minister. The gathering involved military and intelligence leadership and was focused on security strategies, coordination, and enhancing efficiency of Nigeria's security architecture. The meeting came amidst continued concern about Nigeria's security challenges, with the president seeking greater results in the fight against terrorism, banditry, and other threats. A faction of the Accord Party has criticized the Independent National Electoral Commission for rejecting its governorship primaries in Osun State that produces Bamigbola Clement as the candidate for the 2026 election. The faction, aligned with the former presidential candidate, Professor Chris Omulomole, claims it followed the laws by notifying INEC about its primary and submitting the necessary document. It argues that INEC's disowning of the exercise stems from internal administrative lapses within the commission, not any fault by the party. INEC, however, said it was unaware of that parallel primary and only recognizes the party's main governorship primary that produces Governor Ademola Adeleke as Accord's candidate. The faction also accused INEC of failing to comply with an ongoing court order on party's internal leadership dispute, which it says affects factions it is legitimately in charge. Meanwhile, the official leadership of the Accord Party has reaffirmed Adeleke as its valid candidate, dismissing the factional primary as illegitimate and claiming the individuals involved are not recognized for party members. President Tinubu on Sunday urged West African leaders to close ranks against fresh shock to democracy, citing the recent coup attempt in the Benin Republic and renewed instability in Guinea-Bissau. Tinubu, represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, spoke when he gave the opening address at the 68th Ordinary Session of the ECOWAS Head of State and Government at the State House, Abuja, on Sunday. The external threat confronting West Africa today demands nothing less than united front. Terrorism, violent extremism, unconstitutional changes of government, and transnational organized crime, arms for liberation, cyber insecurity, climate shocks, food insecurity, and irregular migration, said Tinubu. He argued that Nigeria's position is that persuasion and solidarity, not force, and must steer ECOWAS through its current terrorist storms. Taraba State Governor Dr. Aguke Faz has officially registered as a member of the All Progressive Congress (APC) in the state. The governor received his membership card from his ward chairman at Hospital Ward in Wukari local government area. Kefas assured residents that his administration could transform the state, run an all-inclusive government, and deepen democratic governance. Stand by. The Northern Town Planners Forum has commenced 2 days advocacy and partnership visit to Jalingo, Taraba State, aimed at strengthening urban and regional planning practices and promoting sustainable development across the state. Some TV correspondent completes the report. The Taraba State has taken another major step towards strengthening its digital economy with the official launch of the 2025 Ministry of Digital Economy and Innovation Hackathon, aimed at empowering young people with technology-driven solutions for development. Some TV correspondent completes the story. The troops of the 6th Brigade of Nigerian Army under Operation Peace Shield have rescued a kidnapped man in the local government area of Taraba State, following a swift operation based on credible intelligence. Some TV correspondents completes the story. The Adamawa State Governor, Ahmadu Umaru Fintiri, has pledged to strengthen collaboration with the Igala Cultural Development Association, ICDA, Adamawa State Chapter, during a historic courtesy visit by the association executives and members in Yola. Our correspondent, Ojoma Yusuf, completes the story. The former Kaduna State Governor, Nasir El-Rufai, denied viral social media report claiming he specified which region should produce Nigeria's president in 2027. He labeled the claims as fake news, stating he has never made such remarks in speeches, interviews, or on any verified platform. The report falsely suggested El-Rufai supported a Southern presidency or backed Labour Party Peter Obi over Atiku Abubakar. He clarified that sharing opinions article does not mean endorsement of their views. El-Rufai urged media and public to verify information before sharing, criticizing editors for amplifying unverified stories. He emphasized responsibility amid risking fake news and irresponsible politicking. The former Governor Ahmad McCarthy of Kaduna State asserts that the People's Democratic Party, PDP, will emerge stronger from its ongoing internal challenges. McCarthy expressed optimism about the party's future resilience despite current issues. He made these remarks in a recent statement covered by Vanguard Nigeria on December 15, 2025. Says the PDP faced leadership dispute and factionalism, including conflict involving figures like Wike and Turaki, with calls for caretaker committees similar to McCarthy's 2017 rules. Stakeholders anticipate court rulings, particularly from the Supreme Court, to resolve this tension ahead of the 2027 election. Similar sentiment of recovery have been echoed by other PDP leaders. The PDP Zone 3 in Kaduna State held a stakeholders meeting to reaffirm the strength of its grassroots structure ahead of the 2027 election. Leaders emphasized unity, robust mobilization at the ward and local government levels, and commitment to reclaiming political relevance in Kaduna. The gathering showcased confidence in the party's organizational capacity despite national challenges. Participants outlined plans for voter education, membership drives, and positioning PDP as a viable alternative to the ruling APC. This aligned with broader PDP effort in Kaduna to leverage grassroots support for electoral gains in 2027. Bola Oyebamiji emerged as the All Progressive Congress candidate for the 2026 Osun State governorship election through a consensus affirmation process. The primary held in Osogbo saw other aspirants step down in support with overwhelming backing from party members. Minister Adegboyega Oyetola, APC leader in Osun, affirmed the party's strong unity behind Oyebamiji during a visit by the primary committee chaired by Edo State Governor Monday Okwebolo. Oyetola heightened recent growth, including defection from other parties, positioning APC to reclaim the state. Oyebamiji, former INWA Managing Director and Osun Finance Minister, pledged to tackle poverty, hunger, education, and healthcare if elected. He thanked President Tinubu, Oyetola, and other leaders, calling for cooperation to reverse the state's challenges. Another state governor, Loki Ayedatiwa, explained the reason behind several PDP governors defecting to the APC in 2025. He attributed the massive to the PDP's internal leadership crisis and the benefit of aligning with the ruling party at the federal level. Governors like Sharif Oborivori, Delta, Peter Mba Enugu, Dori Diri, Bayelsa, Abu Kefas Taraba, and Seminelayi Fubura of Rivers joined the APC, often citing party instability and federal advantages. They moved with state PDP structures, lawmakers, and executives to strengthen APC dominance. Ayedatiwa noted PDP's sinking boat and status amid poor performance delivery and administration for government for President Tinubu leadership. Defections aim at securing more federal resources, supporting Tinubu's 2027 bids for regional political realignment. The Ogun State Police Command has launched heightened security operations to protect lives and properties before ruling and during and after Christmas and New Year festivities. The police announced the strict enforcement of the ban on the sales and use of fireworks, knockouts, and bangers, warnings that the loud explosions from those items can cause panic, fear, and confusion among residents. The area commanders, divisional officers, and tactical units heads have been directed to intensify patrols and increase police visibility across residential areas, markets, parks, places of worship, hospitals, and major highways. Parents and guardians were advised to caution children against using prohibited firearms, and anyone found causing public disturbances, injuries, or property damage will be arrested and prosecuted. Residents were also given emergency contact numbers to report incidents, and the police urged people to celebrate responsibly and cooperate with the security agencies. The Inspector General of Police, IG Kayode Egbetokun, has approved the posting of Assistant Superintendent of Police Muhammad Adeola as the new Public Relations Officer of the Airport Police Command in Lagos State. ASP Muhammad Adeola is a native of Ibadan, Oyo State. He was trained at the Nigerian Police Academy, graduating in 2023 with the BSc in Biochemistry, and was recognized as the best cadet officer in character. After commissioning, he served in Osun State and later worked at the Force Headquarters Public Relations Department in Abuja. His experience includes operational policing and media engagement, which he is expected to bring to his role at the airport command. The rival court gang clash in the Ngo and Onyegala communities in Andoni local government area of Rivers State. In the violent confrontation, the violence reportedly linked to a supremacy and territorial dispute between the Movement for the Emancipation of the Niger Delta and the Iceland Court began on Sunday and continued until Monday morning. The two people were shot dead and other persons critically injured during the clash. The Rivers State Police Command confirmed the incident, and authorities said security has been increased in the affected areas while investigation continues. An elderly Islamic cleric identified as Ladan Zubairu was killed inside Yusuf Garko Mosque in the Maraba quarters areas of Kano State on Monday morning. The cleric has finished first call to prayers and was seated when a man entered the mosque with a weapon and cut his throat. Angry residents pursued the attacker, lynched him, and set his home on fire before police restored calm in the area. The cleric's son said the suspect was found with his father's severed throat cropped, wrapped in a bag. The police confirmed the incident, recovered both bodies, and took them to Muhammad Abdullahi Wasi Teaching Hospital for autopsy. The State Commissioner of Police has ordered a thorough investigation, and authorities appeal to come while seeking information to assist the probes. Former Sokoto State Governor Attahiru Bafarawa strongly criticized bandit leader Bello Turji following a recent accusation of terrorism sponsorship. Bafarawa dismissed Turji's claim linking him with former Zamfara State Governor to insecurity in the northern Nigeria. Bello Turji alleged in a viral video that ex-governors of Sokoto and Zamfara fueled violence by aiming vigilantes group like Yen Banga, which targeted Fulani communities. He denied receiving payments during peace talks, but accused past leaders of laying the groundwork for ongoing banditry. The sources close to Bafarawa leveled Turji's statement as lies from a terrorist seeking victimhood. Bafarawa was reportedly called for Turji's arrest amid the threat and rampage in Sokoto. No direct reaction from the governors was available at the time. The Nigeria Labour Congress is mobilizing workers and civil society allies for a nationwide protest against worsening insecurity in Nigeria. The demonstration, now set for December 17, 2025, aimed to pressure the government into decisive action. The NLC cited rampant banditry, kidnapping, and school attack, including the November 17th abduction of 24 girls in Kebbi State, where security was withdrawn beforehand. Leaders like Joe Ajero emphasized insecurity, economic tolls, affecting investors and daily lives regardless of status. Affiliates and state councils received directives for full participation to highlight government lapses. The federal workers has pledged support, underscoring broad backing and related issues like economic hardship and falling public services. NSU reaffirmed no threats, no retreat, reviewing the protests as a collective voice of change. The Southeast Security Forces rescued 15 kidnapped victims during proactive fighting controls in recent operations. Successful missions highlight ongoing effort to combat kidnapping in the region. The troops acted on December 11th and 13th, 2025, following distress report about kidnapping movement. They recovered arms, ammunition, and tools from suspected IPOB and ESN-linked sites in areas like Anambra State in Ihiala. This rescue formed parts of nationwide operation neutralizing terrorists and freeing dozens and more victims across the zone. 11 illegal immigrants were also arrested and handed over to authorities. The Ogun State Chief Judge, Honorable Justice Modupe Dipiolu, released 287 inmates from correctional facilities across the state as part of the decongestion effort. The initiative including granting amnesty to awarding trials inmates and commuting sentences for 15 condemned prisoners from death by hanging to prison terms. In addition, 20 inmates received amnesty in area-related action. This action underscores ongoing judiciary effort to reduce overcrowding, building on prior intervention like deploying magistrates to accelerate hearings at facilities such as Shagamu Correctional Centers. The exercise aligns with broader goals to enhance justice delivery and human rights in Ogun State. The implementation of a new tax law in Nigeria, set to begin in January 1st, 2026, will ease compliance borders for taxpayers. According to Muhammad Shehu, the chairman of the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission, RAMFC, reaffirmed promises a more coherent and predictable fiscal environment for streamlining processes and reducing administrative hurdles. These align with broader tax changes aimed at simplifying administrations and eliminating nuisance tax and raising exemption threshold for small businesses. Shewu's statement highlights expectations of improved efficiency and ongoing economic reforms, including eased inflation and GDP growth. Similar initiatives focus on harmonizing taxes and leveraging technology for foster compliances with reform. The Borno State Police Command operative averted a potential explosion in Maiduguri by recovering on unexploded ordnances. On Monday, December 15, 2025, police safely recovered and neutralized the suspicious explosive, preventing a major security threat. The operation highlighted proactive measures amid ongoing insecurity risk in the region. This follows the pattern of police intervention in Borno, where unexploded devices from past conflicts remains a hazard. No casualty occurred, underscoring effective vigilance in Maiduguri. The House of Representatives Joint Committee on Petroleum Resources Downstream and Midstream has intervened in the escalating rift between the Dangote Refinery and the Nigerian Downstream and Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, chaired by Honorable Ikenga Omo Ogochinyere and Honorable Henry Okoje. The committee summoned Aliko Dangote and the leadership for explanation following an emergency meeting in the growing tension. Threatening the sector's stability, they ordered both parties to halt media hostilities and public exchanges pending swift investigation and resolution. These tensions stem mutual allegations, including Dangote's claims of corruption, such as the $5 million spent on CEO Farouk Ahmad's children's education and accusation of inferior products from Dangote Refinery. This intervention aims to safeguard post-subsidy supply and pricing amid broader concern like import licenses. Socio-Economic Right and Accountability Product SERAP has urged the Court of Conduct Bureau, Economics and Financial Crime Commission EFCC, and the Independent Corrupt Practices Commission ICPC to investigate corruption allegations leveled by Aliko Dangote against the Nigerian Downstream and Mainstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority. SERAP called for a prompt thorough probes into claims of sleaze, including $5 million spent on NMDPRA CEO Farouk Children's Education in Switzerland to uphold transparency and public trust. This involves protecting Dangote from potential retaliation amid dispute and accused of power. Now we now go for a short break, then we continue with the news when we come back.
Every day begins with a need to move with purpose, to shop without stress, to send without fear, to pay without delay. For every rider chasing time, for every home that needs restocking, for every voice that needs connection, for every dream that needs delivery. Now, one app brings it all together.
Supercab, move smart, ride safe, supermarket, groceries, gadgets, everything. Supercash, airtime, bills, transfers, done. Super logistics, fast, secure, right to your door.
It's more than an app. It's your movement, your market, your money, your connection, all in one place. Supergo, one app for services endless. Download Supergo today. Live free, live fast, live smart.
No time to shop, no stress. With Supergo, your groceries comes to you. We partner with trusted vendors, verified stores, no delay, no excuses, just values. Supergo Supermarket, your market now in your hands. With Supergo, your ride is comfortable, easy and convenient. Supergo is more than an app. It's a movement. Moving people, powering threats, delivering value.
Every day begins with a need to move with purpose.